way. So we are going to start this IO package, right? That's the package name, stands for input output package. Fine. Now, when we say IO package, that means we are talking about some file handling process. Straightforward. If we need to do file handling in Java, so you have to go with this IO package, input output package. How like you can see it. It goes like java.io package. Okay, that's how we uh, import it. If you need to pick anything, like you can go for java.io.file file class semicolon. Okay, that's how you can write. Okay, so before I'll proceed with the classes and stuffs, what's the purpose of having this package? As I said, file handling in Java. And when we say file handling, so let me write here. When we say file handling, that means we are talking about all types of documents. Okay, all kinds of documents. Um, it could be PDF, Excel, simple text file. So as we are beginner here, we just begin this class. So we'll start with text files. So all the text files, PDFs, Excel files, XLS files, we can use it. Okay, so we can perform operation on where? On files, folders. Fine. There's one term which you will see oftenly, that is stream. Any idea about stream? Anyone? Stream,
Sir, flow of any character.
flow of any characters. Okay. Okay. Instead of using a flow of, I'll say data. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not just character.
Data.
Hmm. Flow character, or the proper word which can be used here, which is technical in terms of here, sequence of bytes or characters. Because you can just characters. We have bytes as well. So sequence of bytes or characters. So that's what we call stream. But stream is just sequence. If I have to explain what is stream, so it's just a sequence. But we have to actually tell what kind of stream we have. We can say stream of water as well. That's actually a term, English, statement. Stream of water. So likewise, we can say sequence of bytes or stream of data. So flow of data, sequence of data, it's same. So that this term we will see mostly, and it's not typing. What happened? Okay, fine. So when it comes to stream, so what they did, they have categorized this stream. In Java, they have categorized stream into two categories: streams, or I can say types of streams. So we got two types. Anyone aware about these types? We have two types, by the way. Answer is already there on the screen.
Bytes and characters.
Right, we call this byte oriented stream and character stream. Fine. Character, there's a typo. Let's fix. So we have byte oriented stream and a character oriented stream. And this byte is actually 8-bit in the memory. That's how, or that much it occupies. And this is 16-bit memory. Fine. Bit is again one of the smallest unit of measuring the data. So bit is the lowest, then we call byte and stuff. So 8 byte contains 1 byte. Sorry, 8-bit contains 1 byte. Okay, so we have two types. We will expand this term in detail, and then one more thing you can need to understand, that I'll use some terms here. There's one source and sink. Okay, so source and sink is from where it could be the location of, let me just say location of resource, better. Combinedly, we can say it's a location of resource. Either it could be source or sequence. Sorry, source or sink. Source is the initiation point from where your request got initiated, and sink where the data is going. Okay, so if this term is not clear, when I write some example, then you will understand it. So these are some terms we will use. So we now know what is IO package. I mean, at least what we can do, and then we know what we have types, what kind of types we have. So we know we have byte oriented stream and character oriented stream, and we know some about it, information about it. Next is the term source and sink. Yes, someone
सर सिंक क्या होता है?
पढ़ते ना अभी? मैंने बताया कहाँ अभी? ये बताऊंगा अभी. ये पढ़ते इसके बारे में. What is source and sink? Source and sink from where the request is initiated. The starting point, or sink is the end point. Simple terms में it's a starting point and that's the end point. ऐसे मतलब sink is the end point. Okay, simplest term, but अब example लिखेंगे तो और clear हो जाएगा. Source and sink. Fine. Let's go to next page. Okay, so now I can take those images which I created yesterday. These images, guys. So already mentioned this byte oriented classes, right? So there we go. So that's the first type, byte oriented classes. I've already explained it yesterday. I don't know why guys you didn't answer. I just got one person who is answering. Anyways, so we got two types, byte oriented classes and character oriented classes. So if you see any class contains or starting with output, you can see byte array output, file filter output, object output, pipe output. All these classes are used for writing something, writing into a file, writing into a sink. Then input stream. If you read anything input, you that means it's about reading. That's how you can easily figure it out. If you read output, that means the class is for writing, used for writing. I'm not saying where, it's just for writing. Input used for reading. Again, it's not about file, it could be any type of file. Okay, so here I've explained the terminologies. That's how the developers who wrote this whole API, you know, maintain it. And this is the object class. What is object class, by the way? Manan, any idea about object class? Manan?
That data parent class of all classes.
Okay. And anything else about the object class? This is object class, by the way.
सर आई थिंक
Hmm.
सर कल मैं थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लोर कर रहा था तो सर मैं थ्रोएबल के ऊपर वाली जो क्लास थी, ऑब्जेक्ट क्लास ही थी आई थिंक वो.
हाँ, वो भी
तो
object
सर
class
वो
थी.
शायद इंस्टेंस क्लास थी वो, शायद उसके अंदर केवल एक थ्रोएबल इंटरफेस बना हुआ था.
कहाँ पर?
सर ऐसे ही कल मैं एक्सप्लोर करके देख रहा था तो थ्रोएबल के ऊपर वाली जो क्लास थी उसमें जाने की कोशिश करी थी, तो शायद सर वो इंस्टेंस क्लास थी. अब शायद ऑब्जेक्ट क्लास थी या कोई और क्लास थी, याद नहीं आ रहा मुझे.
अभी याद कर लेते हैं, डोंट वरी. थ्रोएबल
Sir,
की बात कर.
object class is the hello.
हाँ बोलिए.
Sir, it is a parent class of all the class in Java.
Right, that's correct. Public थ्रोएबल implement something, and यहाँ पे कुछ लिखा नहीं है डॉक्यूमेंट में. इसका क्या मतलब है फिर? Explicitly, it's hard or it's rare to see that your class is actually extending object class. Okay, let me repeat again. Explicitly, you won't find any class in Java which says I am extending object class, and that's the worst way you can say. No, don't do that. it will be added by the compiler itself. Once your class gets compiled, if you are not writing any extends keyword, like here you can see line 3, it just says public class and the class name. There is no extends keyword. That means by default compiler will add extends object. If you write it explicitly, that means you are actually de-scoping the future of this class. Maybe after 2 or 3 months, you might need to extend some other class. So that's the worst way of explicitly saying that, okay, I'm extending object class. By default, there is always an object class. How to see with this object class? And if I click over, there it is, public class object. Where it is present? Inside lang package. And what's the special thing about this lang package? Yes? Anyone?
सर इसको
हम्म,
सर ये ऐसी क्लास इसको स्पेशल इंपोर्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है
नहीं क्लास नहीं पैकेज है ये, है ना?
तो सर पैकेज इसके अंदर के जो ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं क्लासेस हैं उनको क्लासेस को हमें इंपोर्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है वो बाय डिफॉल्ट हमारे प्रोग्राम में रहती हैं
Correct. So that's why you don't need to write anything, import this package from this location or this class. It's not required. And object class itself is in lang package, so it's already there. So that's what it looks like. Again, spend some time in this class. There are like 13-14 methods in object class, and we will see them when we start some collections topic and some important topic. Then we will see. Okay, so yep, there's object class. That's the parent class of all the object classes you're creating. We'll discuss in more detail, but not now. But it came, that's why I explained it. So object class at the top, then object has two childs. Of course, there are lots of childs there. These two classes are also child of it. So writing, oh, come on, not writing. Okay, so we have one category, byte oriented classes, and I have already told you that we are not going to cover all classes. It's not a, we are learning the concepts, not all classes. That's not our agenda here. Okay, so we will pick file output stream and file input stream. So before jumping into the next category, I'll just pick that, what do you call, the image to show that category. The next type is this. Let me put here, this goes here. Okay, so that's the second category, character oriented classes. So if you notice here, all the classes supports characters. Fine. So again, you can see if it contains writer, so it clearly says it will write. The classes contains reader, that will read. So I don't need to say that this is for writing, this is for reading. It clearly says reader or writer classes. So from here we will pick file writer and file reader class. This class was missing in this diagram. I mean, it's there. Let me highlight that. Uh, File writer was there, but file reader was missing. Why? Maybe when I take this image, so it was missing. So file writer and file reader. These are the two classes which I will use in our example. So that will give us an idea how to read and write into a file. Okay, so let's create a simple example. Okay, as we already know how to handle exceptions, so that will really help us to write this kind of example. So let's go back. I'm going to pick this file input stream. Okay, I'm going to pick this class first. File input. Let's try to read something first. File input stream class. So going to create a new package. Right click on the src, new package com.pack.io. Again, don't use io there. It's better to use io demo to make some difference. Okay, going to create a class. I'll say file input stream tester. Fine, that's my class name. It's a tester. That means I don't need to create any other class. Why? Because now we are going to use some ready-made classes. That time is done when we have to create our own class, then we will use that class in a tester file. No, it's done. That was for beginning purpose. Now we are into a Java library. So we will use ready-made classes. Task is to read a file. Okay, so at least we know that class. We have done this earlier in exception handling into checked exception, because this class will throw a checked exception. This class file info stream. So something similar we do. So let's do this again. Idea is to read a file from the directory, right? So let's go back. Let's create new batch. This dummy file, okay? let's put just one character, capital A. Okay, done. That's it. This file just contains one character, capital A. Okay, now I want to read that file. So first of all, I need to pick the path. Okay, I copied the path. Here I'll say string file path equals double quotes put slash. Have you guys noticed in that when I copied it was single characters, single slashes, e colon slash session slash single. But when I pasted it, by default it has double slashes. This is what I pasted. See, copied path. In Java, we have lots of characters, or you can say types of characters. One of the type is escape characters. Okay, that means that will be skipped by the compiler. That is skipped by the compiler. So if you put a single slash, think about it, guys. Let me know if you are not getting it. In case, excuse me, if I put like this way, so as per our knowledge, one of the escape character is slash. Okay, this is a escape character, one of the escape character. Fine. So this slash is a single slash is a escape character. So if I pass something like this class will definitely get compiled. Sorry, this line will get compiled. So the output would be, because it was skipped by the compiler. That's how their JVM is designed. So you can clearly see this does not make any sense. That's why we need to put double slashes. Before someone asks that why we have double slashes, I am clearing that concept. We have a concept of escape characters in compiler, that means skipped by the compiler. So in case if you just put one slash, that will be the result. If you put double slashes, so you can easily guess what will the output. This will the output. So what we learned here, escape characters. Not a big concept, but you should know about it because it's just a one escape character. There are lots of escape characters in Java. With single slash. After compiling, this will happen. Fine. So that does not make any sense, right? So better way is put this way. This is just for making you clear, guys. There are lots of other things happen, but not a right time to discuss it. With double slash. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Fine, so that's why I took two slashes. Fine, done. Now time to use that class. File input stream, not a show. This from my package. As you can see, as soon as I import, line 3 says import this package. Then this class from this package, and then I'll say input stream, that's my reference. Then new file. You can see there are lots of what you call constructors are there. See, one, two, three constructors are there for file input stream. I'll pick the third one, which takes string as argument, and I'll pass the file path. Done. Now I'll get the error. Definitely, because it is a checked exception. So Nityanand, how to fix this error? Please unmute. Hello, Nityanand, you there?
जी सर।
अरे एक बार म्यूट कर ले करो ना भाई, कैसे सिस्टम यूज नहीं कर रहे क्या?
यस सर, सिस्टम यूज कर रहे हैं बट स्लो है।
बहुत स्लो है। अच्छा बताइए, हाउ टू फिक्स दिस? Let me show you that as well if you want. It says unhandled exception type, file not found exception. Yes. प्रैक्टिस किया एक्सेप्शन हैंडलिंग अभी तक?
जी नहीं।
कर लीजिए तभी समझ में आएगा, इसलिए पूछा आपसे मैंने। कोई बात नहीं, प्रैक्टिस करिए, इट विल गेट क्लियर. सो इशू इज दिस फाइल इनपुट स्ट्रीम क्लास throws a checked exception. You can see the constructor as well. Let me show you the constructor, guys. If I click and see public file input stream string name and throws file not found. Manan, see again, you have asked earlier that why we need to throw. They could have handled it, but the reason is why they will do this. They have given a concept. This class, this constructor will perform a task for you. It will read something. Then why again they will handle one more task to read check whether you have given the correct path or not. So it says okay, we will do the operation. In case if something goes wrong, we will simply throw the exception. We are not going to handle it. Make sense? The core responsibility of this constructor is to take path and perform some operation so you can read some file. It's not going to check the file location. If it's there, so well and good. If it's not there, throw exception. Handle it. It's not our responsibility. So,
Okay, sir.
Hanji. Okay. So the best way is always surround your code with try catch. Done. So now by using this, we can say our code is at least handled. It won't throw any exception in case if something goes wrong. It will be handled by try catch block. Okay. So this much we have done so far in exception handling as well. Now, how to read the content inside this file? So we have a reference input stream. So we'll say input stream dot read. See, we have a method read, this one, and if you check this read method even before that, it throws an error as well. It throws exception. What it says, unhandled exception type, IO exception. So I'll say so this one. Okay. Yep, it's possible that you can have more than one catch block with one single try block. We can have lots of catch blocks. So that's how you typically you can see. So as soon as I use read method, it has its own syntax or signature. Public int read throws IO exception. So read, and now check out guys what its documentation says. Believe me guys, documentation Java is quite straightforward, easy to understand if you are spending some time. So let's read that what it says. That you do in the next paint. So it says reads a byte of data from this input stream. This method blocks if no input is yet available. So the next byte of data, okay, that I'll come back to that later. But for now, reads a byte, guys, reads a byte of data from this input stream. This is more important. We'll prove it, okay, through our example. Okay, and that's the method read. Okay, so let's quickly use it. I mean, we already used it, but let's print it whatever we are ready. So read method returns int type. So I'll say int, I'll say data. Done. Why is printing something? And then I'll say sysout. Read data is data. Okay, so let's try to run this code. Right click, run as application, and it says 65. Huh? Sure, it has capital A and it's written 65. Any idea? Guess why 65?
Sir, that ASCII keyword of A.
Yes, don't say capital A.
Yes,
It's
sir, capital.
So it's a sky
correct.
code. So
Correct, guys, correct. If you know that's good. If you're not sure, no worries, not a big thing. If we are not aware, that's why we are joining this class. We are learning together. So, what just happened? We have some standard, international standard for the characters we are using. For ABCD 1 to 3, the characters we are using, even a space has a character. So, we have a SK codes. So, for capital A, they have given 65. Okay. For small a, it is 97, I guess. We'll check that. So for small a, it's 97. Let's cross check how. It's simple because it's reading from the file. I'll make it small a now because I just want to make it simple. That's why just one character. I don't want to give lots of space characters and then want to show you here. Okay, so run again. Application. Yep, 97. Okay, so yep, for capital A, it's 65. For small a, it's 97. These are codes. And this reminds one homework for you guys. Do one thing. Print ASCII codes of A to Z. See, I'm writing capital A to Z, then small a to Z, and numbers. Okay, let's see what it prints. How to do that? By using Java code. Now it's totally up to you whether you want to use loop or something else. Okay, by writing code. Okay, that's your homework. So try to do this one later. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So now what we're going to do? But again, this is not fixing the issue because we have a character there, small a or capital A, and it is giving us number. Any idea, guys, how to fix this? Anyone knows about it? Any?
sir, we can read the character instead of using integer.
And how to do that?
So by simply using character data
No,
type
it's fine. Where want to use the data type?
in line number 18.
You want me to use character here?
Yes, sir.
Can we use char here? Small c? No, but it'll give me error. Then because read returns integer, that's why I copied that method. Read returns int value. So how can you store in a char type? It's not possible. But we can do typecasting. Okay, we
Yes,
can
sir.
do typecasting. We will cast that too in our own. So till here it's fine. We can say okay, read returns integer. That's fine. I'll keep that value in an integer value. But idea is want to print that in the same way, the way it is stored in a file. So I'll go back to this data and I'll say char data in character. Okay, that's my data type equals and that's data that's in type and I'll cast it to char. Done. That's how we do casting. One more slash for comment. And then I can say data in character. Done. That's how we read from the file and convert the data and print it. So far we are just printing it, that's why we are casting it and stuff. Maybe we can use that data or that result from the file and use it somewhere else. So for now, task was read from the file, print on the console. So let's run this code, then I'll explain the terminologies. Yeah, small a. Let's put capital A. Again, file is saved. Let's run the code. Application, capital A. So in this case, what happened? I'm coming back to that term, source and sink. So source. So in this case, source was our file. What was the file? Dummy file was the source. What was saying here? Eclipse console. That was our endpoint, right? So from where we read our data? From the file, and it was Eclipse console. Believe me guys, these terms really help when you are giving any interview. When they will ask you, okay, have you used any operation on file or something, you can say, yes, I have done. What you have done, you can say,
Yeah,
I was reading data from the source and perform some operation, and later that data goes in a sink. And that sink could be anything. Sometimes I was printing some stuffs, so that was Eclipse console. Sometimes I was passing the data somewhere else. Yes, Vipin?
thus I think sync is destination
Huh.
where I put data.
That's what I mentioned here. Starting point, end point. End point को कुछ भी कर लो.
Oh yes sir, yes.
हाँ, ये तो लिखा है मैंने ऑलरेडी यहाँ पर. तो यस, सो सिंक को डेस्टिनेशन भी कह लो, जो भी समझ में आए बस समझ जाओ. ये स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है, फिर से रिपीट कर देता हूँ. व्हाई आई एम कमिंग अप विद दिस टर्म्स, दैट विल हेल्प यू इन योर इंटरव्यूज गाइस. और क्या होगा इससे ज़्यादा, ये टर्म सीखना है. मे बी कभी मैनेजर बोल दे कि दैट्स योर सोर्स डेटा, आप कंफ्यूज हो, मतलब क्या बोलना चाह रहा है ये. डेस्टिनेशन, डेस्टिनेशन एंड पॉइंट, जहाँ पर डेटा आपको खत्म हो रहा है, जहाँ पर लेके जा रहा है, दैट्स द थिंग. So here we did what? We read the data from a file and printed that on console. Let's create one more paint. So I hope it's clear. It was quite straightforward, simple, I believe. If it was typical or tough, please tell me. Otherwise, we just did that first example from IO package, reading from a file from the dummy.txt. So it was dummy file.txt. What it has? Capital A. Now you might ask, what about if I add multiple characters, right? That's possible. So I will give that as a homework, guys. Okay, I'll give that as homework. Try to read multiple characters from your file just by using InputStream. Okay, so it's your homework, because now we have some more data, we have some more concepts, so your homework will be more, I don't know what to say, maybe not easy. I won't say tough, but not easy. So that's what its readed data is this. So this is coming from here, this message, and this A is present here. Okay, so just remember this class. As I told you, this class is mostly used class, guys. I don't care what classes you will practice, but these four classes are base of your IO package. If you understood the working of this, believe me, any other class won't bother you that okay, why this is happening, why what happens. We have more than 50 classes in IO package, so nobody practice or write examples for all 50 classes. Just 4 or 5 is more than enough. That will give you an idea how to go and use these classes. So for now, this was with one character. Let's do the same with writing stuff. Again, I want to write something in a file, but again, just one character. Okay, that's the idea. But before I forgot, um, there. So next homework is read multiple characters. If it won't work, don't worry, I will help you, but I need some examples from everyone. Tomorrow, definitely. Read multiple characters from the file using the same file input stream class. That's the condition. Same will happen here when we say write. I'll show you how to write one character, and you guys have to practice multiple characters. And this time class will get changed to output stream class. Okay. So homework is done. Let's go back and let's create one more class. Class this time file put stream tester. File output stream tester. Okay, we are in test class, main method. So idea is write character, not character, write byte into a file, because we are using file input stream class that deals with bytes. We are talking about some byte oriented classes here. Okay, so starts with the same. First of all, you need to give a path where you want to write a file, right? So I'll take the same location this time, but we don't need to give the file name. We can give it actually. So I'll say string file path. That's your first start. Should be done, and output slash, let's say sample. Okay, we already have. I'm going to create a new file, sample.txt. Okay, that's my file name. It's not here, guys. Have you guys noticed the file sample.txt is not present in this location? Good thing is, when you use this file output stream class, it will create that file on the fly. Sorry, not input stream, it's output. File output stream equals, and again it has like 5 constructors. See guys, 1 2 3 4 5 overloaded constructors. Again I will go for the string, get a file path, and done. So we have a class and going to use string constructor, and again same thing is happening. Since I'm passing a file path, maybe that exception could be thrown. So I'll say add or surround with try catch. So I'll go for try catch blocks. Okay, this is done. That's the first step, importing the class and giving the path. It's done. Second, like earlier we got this method read, right? Input stream dot read. Same way we have what do you call output class. Okay, inside output class we have a write method. So let's write that code. Output stream here, output stream dot write, and I will pick this one, int, for now. Okay, and then okay, let's just say write. I'm not saying int or byte something, just say int here, and let's try with 1. Okay, but again, if you're trying to write something, maybe that file is not present, so it will throw exception to handle that scenario. So I'll say catch clause. So write method throws a IO exception. Let me show you this one as well. Public void write int b throws this one. It calls one more write from inside it. So don't worry about that, but it throws IO exception, so we need to handle it. It's handled here. Okay, so once it write, does it return anything? It's void. So at least we don't get anything from this write. So we can just keep it as this. And you know what? That's it. This much you have to write as your first example to write into a file by using byte oriented classes. Okay, so let's run the code and see. Let's clear this out, and because we don't have a message, the console will be blank. So this out. Content is written in sample file. Okay, just a message to, so we can see, yeah, that class is running or run successfully. So file saved, run as application, content is written in sample file. Okay, let's cross check. Now if you guys notice, we have a sample file. Earlier it was missing, and if I double click on it, oh, what is that? SOH. Any idea what is that? This is a byte information, guys. For us, for a human being, we can say it is 1, digital 1. But for the system, it is just a byte. So it is actually giving you a byte information. We cannot read it. We as a person, human being, we cannot read the contents. It's for machines, byte, bits, stuffs. Character we can read, right? but bits and bytes, no. What we can do, we can try one different argument. Let's try, that's capital A. Okay, let's comment this one just for time being. So I have commented first one and trying to write A. So right click, run as application. Again it says content written in sample file, and there it is. It says file has been modified by another program. Do you want to reload? I'll say yes. Yep. Now I can read it. So when it comes to int values, we get a byte information which you cannot read. But if you give something like this, definitely we can read it because we are explicitly passing a character in single quotes. It's not a string, it's a character. Let's try some more terms. So 4 contents. Let's try it right. Okay, again it prints. Go back. It says file has been modified. Reload. Yes. And A, B, C, R. But what's happening? You have to write this, or sorry, call this write method multiple times. This is a way to write a file, but not a best way because at a time it can write only 1 byte. See, if I write something else, it start giving me error. If I hover, it says invalid character constant. So you cannot pass string. If you do this, it gives you error. The method write int in this is not applicable for the argument string. You cannot pass string. So definitely double quotes won't work. You have to pass within single quotes, and that's how we pass, you can say, byte information, which can be readable. So this is the only way. You cannot pass this, or you cannot wrap this in double quotes. But the condition is you can write one content at a time or one data at a time, that is in bytes. So you have to call this write method multiple times. That's why you have to figure out a way to write multiple. I mean, there should be no limit. Just write as you want. So give it a try. Figure out how to write into a file by using FileInputStream, and see how many solutions you will get. And try to run them in your Eclipse. I just want it, okay? For these examples, I want. You guys have to share your screen tomorrow. So far, it's like more than 10 days. That means you guys are ready. So let's take this out from Eclipse. Let's put this on Paint. So today we saw how to read and write into a file. So spend some time and see how it's working. And we have seen if you give a new file, it will give you a new, what do you call, new file path. So that's a good thing. You don't have to create that file explicitly. If it's there, that's fine, but you don't have to give that by your own. Okay, that's our location. So that was given in our file, and FileOutputStream class create this class on the fly. On the fly means at runtime. You will again hear or listen this term multiple times. On the fly. Lots of frameworks works on the fly feature. As soon as you do something, it will show you the difference at runtime. So at runtime, your file will be created, and whatever content you're trying to write, that will be written as well there. Any question on this? Doubt? Anything? No? Okay, so that's how we read and write into a file. Since we have some time, let's examine one more class. I won't start write or read it today. Tomorrow we'll do that after looking into your system. So there's one class that is file. Okay, I'll say file tester. Okay, apart from this hierarchy, whatever we saw here, that must be there somewhere in the downstream. But yeah, there's one class whose name is file. Okay, so let's use that and see how it works. So there's a file equals and new file. Let's see how many constructor it has. So a string, URI, parent child again, and that's it. So 4 constructors. I'll again go for the string, and mostly guys you will see string, so you can use it. I'll copy this line which has a path, and then semicolon. Done. Okay. Now what's next? What this file can do? This file will give you a basic operation. Let me first of all show you its documentation. What it says. It has lots of documents, so I don't know where it actually things. Well, it says a file system may implement restriction on certain operation on the actual file system object, such as reading, writing, and executing the stuffs. Okay, well, not much for understanding, so leave it. You can see the file, so I'll say for performing some basic ops on files directories. Okay. So let's see first of all. You can see the file path. It has E drive, then this whole folders, then finally the file name. If I just need the file name, just the file name. So file dot get file name, I guess. Yeah, get name. This out. Now I'm not going to use any variable. You guys already aware about it. So I can say file name is. So you can see I'm trying to get some information about the file. Okay, so file name is, and then it will print the file name. That is sample.txt. You can see from that string, it can actually give you the file information. Likewise, we have some more methods which you can use, like file dot can we. I'll use this delete later, but later. Let's say absolute path. Sometimes we are I'm giving you real-time scenarios. What happened? Sometimes we are working with some Linux machines, so you are not aware about what path you are getting from that system. So you want to see the actual path, what is coming. So that time we tend to use this absolute path or canonical path. So let's say this out. Absolute path is mostly used method, guys. I've used, I don't know, maybe more than 100 times in my projects. Absolute file path. So this is one of the most used file method. So application print, and you guys can see, I know it returns the same, this one. Think about this file path is coming from other service. Maybe some other developer is passing the file path at runtime, and at that runtime you are not aware what's the location, what's the file name you're getting. You will just get a string, and from that string you have to obtain the directory name, the drive name, the file name at runtime. Then this method comes into picture. Maybe it's right now you're wondering, okay, we already given a path. Why you're again getting the file name, absolute path? Because right now we don't have any other request form. We just have a one code Java application running. So we have to give it explicitly. Maybe you will get this path from the user, and at that time you are not aware what's the file name, from where it's coming. So yep, at that time these methods are really handy. That will give you the correct path from where the data is coming. Let me find one more. File dot method to path to string rename. Oh, notify list files. Yeah, this is important. Let's see the list files here. Okay, and that will give you a if it gives you list, so okay, that's good. It gives you a file array. We already know what is array, so I can use it file as a files. Now I want to check how many files are there. So sys out files dot length. This is null pointer. Um, because because it does not have a file or what? Let's check what's missing. We do have file batch one. Okay. Because we have given this path. Let's change the path a little bit. Now we are in that batch one. Fine. File path 2. Then we need a new instance to perform this operation. File path 2. Okay. Let's try now. Executed the code, and you can see how many files are there. Total 18. It goes till nested files. It scans all the folders and files and figure out where the files are present. So likewise, you can perform these operations, and totally up to you what operation you are performing. Accordingly, you can use this file class. So I'm adding one more homework here. On Saturday, when we go office, I will see these examples in your machine. Okay, so fine. So next is write some example to read, not read, to test methods from file.java class. Fine. So that's your fourth homework. So do this positively. First three are important. Fourth maybe later, but first three are important because tomorrow we will do this operation, reading multiple characters from the file and writing multiple characters into a file. Okay, and this is wrong to the file. So do this, and when we are done with this example, then we will start character class reader and writer. So this is done, and okay, let me pick this as well. So see, I'm not using all methods, no point. I just gave you idea. There's a class whose name is file, and the name clearly says file. That means it will give you lots of features, methods which you can use to perform some operation on your file, and mostly used class in Java library. So that's it for today. Oh, not here. Wait. Any question, guys? Yes or no? Or any other question? You guys can say. इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है भाई? कुछ तो बोलो. कुछ समझ नहीं आया क्या?
सर आया कुछ कुछ समझ।
कुछ तो समझ आया, इसलिए मैंने एग्जाम्पल से दो बनाए हैं. टोटल आज हमने सिर्फ 3 ही एग्जाम्पल लिखे हैं. स्ट्रीम, इनपुट स्ट्रीम टेस्टर, आउटपुट स्ट्रीम टेस्टर, एनी फाइल. उसके अलावा मैंने कुछ नहीं करा. और अगर कोई भी फाइल ओपन कर लोगे, यहाँ पे हमने फाइल का पाथ दिया. इस क्लास में उस पाथ को पास करा और फिर उसको रीड कर लिया. इशू ये था इस रीड में कि वो इंटीजर दे रहा था, तो हम उसको कास्ट कर लिया और फिर वो स्ट्रिंग कास्ट करके दे दिया उसने.
सर ये
यस,
जो हम पास इंट यूज करते हैं सर टाइप कास्टिंग के लिए, ये कब यूज होता है?
डिपेंड करता है. जैसे रिक्वायरमेंट थी हमारे पास, अगर इंट से हमारा काम नहीं बन रहा तो हमें कुछ और फॉर्मेट में चाहिए था, जैसे कैरेक्टर, तो इसलिए हमने उसको कास्ट कर लिया. रिक्वायरमेंट थी ना हमारे पास. अपने आप नहीं सोचा कि
ओके
यार कास्ट ही कर देता हूँ मैं, मजा आएगा. क्योंकि यहाँ रिक्वायरमेंट आ गई, क्योंकि डेटा इंट में था और मेरे पास तो फाइल में कंटेंट स्ट्रिंग में है, कुछ कैरेक्टर में है, तो इसलिए हमें यहाँ पर कास्ट करना पड़ा. तो रिक्वायरमेंट आती है, कास्टिंग करनी पड़ती है. कास्टिंग के और भी रिक्वायरमेंट्स आते हैं. कई बार हमें डेटा को किसी मेथड में पास करना होता है. अभी हम जब थोड़ा सा काम करेंगे और एक्सप्लोर करेंगे फाइल्स को, जावा की लाइब्रेरीज को, तब हम कास्टिंग को और बेटर तरीके से समझेंगे, जब और थोड़ा बड़े टॉपिक्स पिक करेंगे. जैसे अभी आईओ पैकेज है, फिर कलेक्शन पिक करेंगे, जब केडीबीसी करेंगे, तो वहाँ पे कास्टिंग में भी कहीं ना कहीं मिल जाएगी. यस, बोलिए नेक्स्ट.
सर एनी रियल टाइम एग्जांपल ऑफ दिस टॉपिक्स आईओ का सर?
इसका तो बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं. कितने सारे
जैसे
प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जहाँ पे आप लोग फाइल को अटैच करते हो. कितने जगहों पर ब्राउज करिए, फाइल को अटैच कर दिया. क्या आपको क्या लगता है वो कैसे प्रोसेस कर रहा है? ये क्लासेस यूज हो रही हैं इनपुट आउटपुट की, मोस्टली ये इनपुट स्ट्रीम क्लास। ये क्लास उसको पाथ दिया जाता है, वो प्रोसेस करता है, उस फाइल की सारे कंटेंट्स को रीड करता है, या तो फिर वो डेटाबेस में सेव होता है या फिर कहीं सर्वर में जाके उसको फाइल को राइट कर दिया जाता है। आपने क्या करा कि साइट पे गए, उसने बोला कि लेट्स से कि आपने एक naukri.com पे किसी आईटी पर अपने डॉक्यूमेंट अटैच कर रहे हो, ब्राउज करके आपने
यस
फाइल अटैच
सर।
कर दी। अब उसके बाद फ्रंट एंड ने बैक एंड को दे दिया, बैक एंड पे ये क्लास पड़ी हुई है। ये क्लास उस फाइल को रीड करेगी जो तुमने रिक्वेस्ट में सेंड करी है, और उसके बाद उस फाइल को या तो डेटाबेस में सेव कर दिया जाएगा, अगर सबसे दैट्स अ वर्स्ट अप्रोच। बेस्ट अप्रोच क्या है कि उस फाइल का पाथ लेकर कहीं सर्वर पे सेव कर दो, और सॉरी फाइल फाइल का पाथ डेटाबेस में सेव, और फाइल को सेव कर दो किसी सर्वर पे, मे बी AWS बकेट और कोई और कंपनी का खुद का एक लोकेशन है, वहां सेव कर दो। तो आपकी फाइल रीड होगी, उसका पाथ डेटाबेस में सेव होगा, और उस पाथ का जो लोकेशन होगा वो कहीं सर्वर पे पड़ा होगा, कोई भी हो सकता है, बिट बकेट हो सकता है या फिर AWS के बकेट्स, कोई नेक्सस सर्वर्स, बहुत सारे प्लेसेस हैं। भाई पैकेज का तो बहुत एग्जाम्पल है रियल टाइम, जहाँ फाइल आ गया तो बस यही काम कर रहा है, उसमें कोई क्लास हो ही नहीं सकती। बॉटम पे ये क्लास मिलेगी आपको। कई बार डॉक्यूमेंट्स पे कंपनी काम करती है, जैसे हॉस्पिटल के मामले समझ लो एक, या
यस।
फिर बैंक के प्रोजेक्ट समझ लो, वहाँ तो अटैचमेंट चलते हैं कई सारे, PDFs में, एक्सेल फाइल में, CSV
यस
फाइल्स में।
सर।
तो वो कैसे काम करेंगे? इसी पे काम करते हैं। मेरे पास भी कुछ टास्क हैं जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स, मैंने आज एक टास्क मेरे पास फाइल को डाउनलोड करके लाना था, सिंपल मैंने ये क्लास यूज़ करी उसमें। ये तो चलता रहेगा, आप बिगनर हो या एक्सपीरियंस गाय हो, फाइल इनपुट स्ट्रीम आपको पीछे नहीं छोड़ेगी। तो जितना हो सके इस क्लास को यूज़ करना शुरू कर दो, समझ लो कैसे काम करती है। ठीक है, आज ही यूज़ किया मैंने, आज ही अपना खुद कमिट किया है, तो वहाँ भी काम कर रहे हैं हम लोग। एक फ्रंट एंड में बटन है जहाँ पे डाउनलोड का आइकन है, क्लिक किया और वो क्या करेगा, रिक्वेस्ट गई बैक एंड पे, रिक्वेस्ट के थ्रू मैंने फाइल पाथ करा और सर्वर से उस फाइल को रीड करा, फ्रंट एंड पे दे दिया, फ्रंट एंड ने रीड करके उसका कंटेंट निकाल के उसको एक फॉर्मेट था अलग अलग सा, बैंक यूज़ करता है, तो उसमें दे दिया हमने।
सर
ठीक।
फ्रंट एंड से मुझे याद आया,
हम्म।
जब मैं HTML का जो एक टैग आता है फाइल करके जो हम लगाते हैं तो हम फाइल उसमें अपलोड कर सकते हैं।
बिल्कुल।
तो
बिल्कुल।
मे भी वो भी इसी पे काम करता हो।
हाँ, पर ये तो
तो
जावा
वहाँ
की
पे भी
क्लास
तो
है ना,
फाइल अपलोड।
पर ये जावा की
यस
क्लास है।
सर।
वहां से रिक्वेस्ट देना पड़ेगा, जब फाइल पे बटन दबाया फाइल अटैच हो गई, फिर कोई बटन दबाना पड़ेगा, सबमिट का या फिर सेंड का, और
यस सर।
रिक्वेस्ट में उस फाइल को बाइंड करना पड़ेगा। उसका एक फॉर्मेट होता है मल्टी पार्ट, जब हम वेब एप्लीकेशन बनाएंगे जावा में, तब यूज़ करेंगे उसको। ठीक है।
यस सर।
ओके।